No matter what level I think you're at, it's always good to kind of have somebody's input in your business like that, especially someone who actually builds the same business. The one thing you've helped me with the most is, I would say, content. You can distill content down to its bare elements quite well, such that someone like me who's caught up with 1,000 other things can then synthesize myself, and more importantly, then use and implement, not just like understand the theory, but actually put it into the real world. I love the community aspect of it. You've done a great job of bringing good people together. People are really responsive and involved and supportive, like feeling good about it, feeling connected with people, feeling inspired by people, feeling like you're a part of something. Yeah, I think I just felt very comfortable, man. It made sense. I just finished up with another mentor, and I know the value of investing in having somebody help me do the thing I want to do.
Yeah.
And especially someone I trust. It was very easy, yes, for me. And I remember thinking after, I was like, I don't even feel the slightest bit scared. I'm not like, oh, I need to go. I'm not like, oh my God, I need to go and make this money now. I was just like, yeah, looking forward to it. I'm definitely like, that's a smart move by me.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. As I look,
You go.
I was going to say, I look at funds differently now. I look at money as this tool. Where am I going to allocate it? I don't want to just sit and hoard it in my business. It's like, I want to use it towards growing the business because I believe in the business. So,
Sure.
I wanted to get bigger and better.
I love that. I love that, man. It's been so fun because I think everyone always says, don't work with your friends. Obviously, we were like friends before. Everyone's like, don't work with your friends, all this sort of thing. I think we could kept a great balance with it.
Yeah, man.
Working together, but also having a good time at the same time.
Yeah,
what do you think is parts of what we've worked on, like to people listening of thinking, okay, look, like I want to get my business to a point where you're doing 40K in a month, which is just stupid to think about. Like, it's so cool to have that. But what do you think are some of the levers or the things that you did that have helped you consistently scale month by month, and in 8 months done a stupid amount of money as well?
I think honestly, man, just an accumulation of consistent good work. Like, I've worked very hard at building this business. Shock horror, like there's time and blood and sweat that's gone into each component. So the content, the ads, the sales process that we have, the sales like materials that we provide to people who are considering joining, the fulfillment of those who do join, like how do we then ensure that they are set up in the best possible way to get the best possible results and get what they want from working with us. So everything, man, like it's just like I wouldn't put it down to like one single thing. I tell you what I would put any delays down to is not doing enough of just that. Instead, fucking get shiny object syndrome, as you well know, and being like, should I try this like thing and this thing? And then you're like, no, just do that thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah.
And that's my, like, the funniest thing. I know we laugh and joke about it, but I actually feel like that's probably, if I could say why I feel like the help has been the most useful, is actually just giving you the clarity to know what you are doing is the thing that is working the best. And it's
yeah.
It's not like you're devoid of any opinion or anything like that, but I think that's the thing we talk about the most, is just weighing up.
Yeah.
Because you've got options.
Well, half of my job on the other, because I'm providing the same thing to other people, right? Half of what I do is just say, like, get someone out of their own way a little bit. Like, right, where are we at? Okay, why are you not doing this thing? Okay, have you considered doing that thing? Yeah, okay, do that thing. Like, that's kind of it. It's like you're almost giving permission to people. And no matter what level I think you're at, it's always good to kind of have somebody's input in your business like that. It's just because we are so, what's the word? Infallible, or we're so fallible. Like, we can just not see things in a certain way and other people can. And especially someone who actually builds the same business, like, it just makes so much sense.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. And what other, so you've obviously like started running some ads, now obviously working with us to get the setter installed and do that properly. What do you think of the things that you just sit there and think about? Oh, like, I'm actually happy I'm doing that. I'm happy I got that bit of advice. So I think that really moved the dial. I think that helped. Or is it literally just occasionally me calling you and saying, no, D?
Because you know what, man, I think I'm and I think the one thing you've helped me with, like, I would say the most is, and obviously we've touched on everything, but I think if I was to point one thing, I would say content. Meaning you can distill content down to its bare elements quite well, such that someone like me who's caught up with 1,000 other things can then synthesize myself, and more importantly then use and implement, not just like understand the theory, but actually put it into the real world. That's been a huge lever for sure.
I think that's cool. I mean, I'm not even trying to pry an answer, which is like, oh yeah, you to go, you helped me so much here. I think just for people listening, they're straight away going to think like, okay, look, like Sol said no to Dean a few times. They're clearly good friends.
True.
What is the reason that people invest? So I think for some part of that, it's just like, I guess you kind of, what you said earlier is you just see it as being a very nice way to maturely have someone who just gives you a pointer in the right direction whenever you're feeling like it.
That's what I need. Right? Like I almost don't even like that word need. It's kind of like such an intense word, right? But like it's just what I wanted. I was like, I actually want to have some support at this stage of the business that I'm at. But that might sound alien to the person who hasn't invested anything before. That was my maybe 4th or 5th transaction of that type of magnitude on support with my business. So like I was in a very different place when I made that move. And so that's why it was just a no-brainer for me. I was like, I want this. And like, I think maybe I would always want to have someone in my corner, man, in some capacity. Maybe it's just a content, someone who's like really in on content, but I'll always be getting support from different parts of the business. It's never done. Like,
that's so interesting to me that you said like it's the 4th or 5th investment. And I think I've even noticed that like you've been to masterminds, you've been working with other people. But what an interesting thing that it's like you're doing 40K cash collected, which is for most people probably watching this a crazy amount of money, or at least a good amount of money to where they want to push their business to. And it's your 4th or 5th investment. It's like, it's the same as me. Success leaves clues. You've invested 4 times and you've got a 40K a month business. And a lot of people might be listening to this and they've not made a single investment yet and their business isn't where they want to be.
Yeah.
And I always just think like, if everyone who is making the most money and has the best businesses and is able to sit in a nice car like this, driving over to Safari, has made 4 or 5 investments, then like, why don't people do it? And you probably think the same with the people you work with as well, right?
How am I supposed to ask somebody to invest with me and get support in the direction they're trying to head in their life, or at least want to, if I'm not going to do it myself?
So powerful. So powerful.
Like, it's so true. I have to be an example, man. I have to like, I'm out here talking this talk to them, like I'm not, to be fair, I don't think many people are cowboys either, for the record. Like, I think there's just people who do well and then people who don't do well. And sometimes those people who don't do well are loud about it and whatever. But I think most people are kind of okay and probably have a decent product. But I think it's important to actually be about it. For me, that's an important thing for me, is just to be like, mean it,
Yeah. And that's why I love working with you, is we're always talking about product. You would always have conversations about like client. I promise you there's other conversations happening around the world where people will focus on acquisition. How do you make the best content? How do you make the best sales system? But I'd say 50% of our conversations are like, how do we make you, like, how, from my experience of working with clients, do you make the client experience as good as possible?
Yes. Yeah.
And that, I love working with you that way, because you're actually trying to build something that helps people, as opposed to build a course machine that allows you to do whatever you want. Right? What do you feel like are the things that you've done to feel? Because I actually think, from my perspective, that was actually one of the biggest things that you came to me in the first place. Was
because we both use Notion.
And we were just talking about that. Whereas the conversation we're always having pre you joining was, so I'm making money, but I want to make sure that I feel really confident in my product. So what do you think? Not even with me, but what do you think are some of the things that you're thinking about now, 4 or 5 months later, about your products and about how you make your experience as good as possible for everyone?
One of the things I love that you have said many times on social media is, sales pay for dinner, results pay for retirement. I think it's genius. And it's so true, because it captures what we're trying to really do here, right? Which is have an amazing product and service that helps people to get what they want out of their life. And what a cool thing to be able to offer. And I think I've seen how someone in our position could get caught up in the acquisition engine and just be like, bring people on at all costs. And that's a very appealing mistress over on this side. But I don't know. I'm glad I do feel this way because I want to make sure that I don't get caught up in that. Yes, that will come if people who come and join this train get what they want.
I love that, man. That's so powerful because it's like I got a feeling when you said that because it's firstly nice to hear that the thing that I am trying to preach is being like listened to. That's always nice.
Yeah.
But I think it's so true, and I think I noticed that with you, which is credit to you, mate. Is like you genuinely want to actually help people. We all want our lives to improve as well, of course, but you actually care about that. Why do you think not want to? Why do you care about that? Where's that care come from the clients that you work with?
Bro, I don't want to put money in my bank account and feel shit about it.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be proud of how I've acquired my own wealth in the world and not just do it for money's sake alone, right? I want to pour myself into my work and be very proud of what I do and have a good balance with what I do, but also have it be a part of my life. And whether that can be anything for the record, like I just didn't love working a 9-to-5 job, but you know, you can pour yourself into being a nurse, you can pour yourself into being whatever. And I want to create wealth for me and my family and be able to give back to them and also have a sick life for my own family as well. And I don't want to do that by doing something that I'm not proud of.
Yeah.
You know, that'll come back, that'll catch up with you, right?
And are you feeling, that's so true. Are you feeling more proud of where you are? What makes you feel proud in the product now? What are the things you're doing right now? Because I think people are going to be listening and they're going to be thinking, okay, these guys are talking about product and all these things, but what are the things that changed for you waking up and feeling even more proud of what you're building and how you're helping people?
As in, how did I make myself more proud, or what is it about?
Yeah, like what in your product? Look, like you're doing 40K, like you've clearly got acquisition sorted, but my impression is what obviously you said a few minutes ago. You like what you're doing again. You like the thing that you're doing.
Oh man, I got a message yesterday from a client, right? And she's so for reference, my business is an Airbnb business, right? I help people in a 9-to-5 use this very applicable low barrier to entry vehicle of Airbnb management, where you just provide a service to property owners and systemize the service with subscriptions and eventually virtual assistants, so you can do it from anywhere in the world, right? Amazing business model and very accessible. And I've started to see people go through phases of that journey that I remember, and that I remember as being so significant to me, such as first booking, first deal close, 5th deal close, 15th deal close.
Mad.
And I'm like, and somebody's already made their first hire. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so wild. Like, these guys just created this fucking business and they've literally just changed their whole game for themselves. And I'm like, and you know what, man? I remember saying this, and I actually recorded a video and said this the other day, and I felt kind of weird even saying it, but I said, I fucking deserve everything I'm getting. You know, everything good that's coming to me and my business, I'm proud of and I deserve. And this was just maybe like some affirmation of that, you know, because I felt such a powerful response to her sharing that with me.
That's so powerful, mate.
Yeah.
I love that. I've actually never heard anyone describe it in that way, which is like, I deserve this. Like, I literally, like, the 40K months, the driving around Cape Town, like, I absolutely deserve this because I'm good out in the world.
Yeah. I don't feel any imposter syndrome about it at all.
Because there are definitely people, again, I'm not trying to shit on other people, but there are definitely a lot of people out there that in their heart of hearts know that they're not doing something that really, really helps people. And of course, it's not by any means saying that everyone is 100% successful and all that sort of thing.
No, never.
I really relate to that. And the way I say is, like, every time I put my head on my pillow at night, I want to feel like I've done everything I can to help the people. And that's 100%. So cool that you have that feeling.
Yeah, man.
Because then you go and enjoy a Wednesday on a safari like we're doing now. And you're like, I'm doing everything I can.
I'm going to be okay. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Is this like abundance mindset of I win, my clients win, like your clients win, I win by you working with me, you win by everyone winning. Not this like, I've got to fuck you over in order to,
Yeah. A rising tide, like,
yeah,
raises all ships, and
yeah, yeah.
it's
That's cool.
it's just cool, man. And obviously, there are people who come in and join these things, like you said, and they don't do well, right?
Sure.
And I feel that. I feel that when I see someone start to drop off in the program, other people are winning. Sometimes other people drop off. It's life, man. Other people can fit around sort of other people's life, get away. It's like, it is what it is. You can't know. The only way you'll know is if
Yeah,
if you get in and get
Yeah.
going, man.
exactly. And on that note, I appreciate this. And again, mate, want to say it's been so fun. I'm not just saying this because the camera's here, but like, so nice to be able to have that relationship where we jam together.
Yeah, man.
We chat shit all the time, and we also
Yeah.
have your business is an awesome place. So
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure. If
Yeah.
anyone's listening and they're thinking, do I want to drive with Soul? Do I want to drive with Soul around Cape Town, going off to a safari? What would you say to them? But if someone wants to join the Free Thinkers Club, the community, what has been your experience, and would you recommend it to someone else?
100%, man. I love the community aspect of it. You've done a great job of bringing good people together. And I think also it's quite an engaged community, man. People are really responsive and involved and supportive. And I think that it's one of those things that I'm trying to encourage in my own community as well, because it's hard, man. Building a business is a lonely endeavor sometimes. And even a digital experience where you feel connected to other people on that journey, that counts for a lot more than another client does. Like, feeling good about it, feeling connected with people, feeling inspired by people, feeling like you're a part of something. These things are as important as what is my funnel, right? Otherwise, like, nobody wants to build a business lonely in a dark room. Yes, there's a time and a place to lock in, but being with like-minded people on whatever journey you're going on in life is generally a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, what it says, the fact that, it's Morgan, who's head of sales here, Asley, Basit, you and I just off for a safari somewhere. Like, it says enough about community and connection and how much we enjoy doing with people on the same path with us, all free thinkers, all people in the community as well, which is great to have, right? If someone was to start an Airbnb property, Dean, what would be their first steps they need to take?
The first step you would need to take is, I'm trying to think now, right? Hang on.
I'll put you on the spot.
You put me on the spot there, because I was about to start saying, like, well, the first thing you need to do is buy my course. Well, the first thing you would need to do is go and build relationships with landlords. Most people can do that through places like Meta, where you advertise and get put in front of landlords, or you can go and speak to people who will know a lot of landlords, such as every single person you know in your network, and letting agents. Letting agents are obviously good because they speak to landlords on the long-term rental market. And then you would just close your first deal, systemize that bad boy, and then go and chill in Barbados.
What do you think are some of the things when people are starting an Airbnb property management business that they need to expect when they get started?
Just that you need to build up relationships first, and that it's not going to happen on your first week. Yes, it does happen for some people, and that's really cool that you find your first deal quickly, but just getting in, understanding that it's a relationships business, and you just got to go around and speak to more people, build the right relationships, and then deals will just come as a byproduct of that.